Well, today we'll be sharing different ways we can have fun and connect together. So we'll be using some music. We'll be asking people to think about favorite songs. We'll be using some drumming ideas, some ideas with nature. We'll be doing some what they call laughter yoga, which is a fun way to help yourselves laugh. And we'll be just trying to create a connection between all of us who are in the room today. So we're from Kansas City, Missouri, and at home we are dementia advocates and writers about dementia. We are formally family care partners, and so we have a passion for bringing people together and connecting through creative and artistic ways. We do. We love doing this because we love connecting with different cultures, and we love connecting with carers and caregivers and people who are living with dementia.
Is your first time coming to St. Martin?
It is our second time.
Second
or third time. And each time we've come and seen Raymond, and he has hosted us doing something, and we are very grateful for the work that you all in your community are doing. It's very impressive.
And can you tell me how did you guys meet Raymond yesterday?
Yes, we reached out to Alzheimer's Diseases International to see if there was somebody in this area doing this work, and we were sent to Raymond. And when we met Raymond, we just instantly admired him and liked him and have been honored to work with him these 3 times.
Okay, so third time. So when was the last time you guys were here?
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And how was that session?
Oh, it was fabulous.
Fun. It was fun. So we did.
Yeah.
Our outlook is that we all have creative energy, and oftentimes people who are living with dementia are more open to creativity in the arts, and that's a wonderful way to stay connected.
Okay, and how has the feedback been each time you guys have been here and you've given these workshops?
It's been good. People have felt inspired. We are here with good news about how to stay connected, and so that gives people hope.
Okay, and what is something that you hope that, especially the caregivers today who are here today, what do you hope that they can take from this session?
No, you go ahead.
I hope that they will see there are so many possibilities in staying connected throughout the dementia journey, and that they will get deeper understanding of how to just enjoy the people they love and care about, and be creative and flexible and have fun in trying to stay connected.
Do you guys have any last words you'd like to share?
I think my last words are, just from all our work, we've learned how much alike we all are, no matter what we're going through. We all want to have a life of purpose, have meaningful relationships, learn and have fun. And so that's something I think about all the time, to welcome everyone into your life.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
as a union, we claimed, and when we saw the situation, heard about the situation, that this is an occupational health and safety hazard. So therefore, it is nothing that we are taking very lightly. So we supported the teachers, and we are working with the teachers and the ministry to come up with tangible solutions for the continuation. Now, I was very happy to see the reaction of the minister, and he also updated me on different things that happened. Initially, the ACs were two ACs were going to be how you would say, clean by a company, Prodeo free. But when they came and they realized that the ACs, the lack of maintenance to them was probably the most problem that was causing the mold, because things that was circling back in the AC, that was actually the problem that was causing the mold. They decided that they would do the whole, all the ACs would be done, and the mold remediation process would start today. And the first two allergen and bacteria humidifiers was dropped off by the minister this morning, and they will be plugged in and put to work, while additional will be purchased to put in all classrooms. The Dutch Quarters Community Center, yes, was opened today to the students that showed up, because no notification went out officially to the parents to say, well, the school is closed. But by tomorrow, we do hope that the parents will be updated on what the situation is by the minister, because I don't have the competency to say, well, we did request for the school to be suspended on Thursday and Friday, but the minister is the one that have to inform the parents via his ways and means. We also got a whole briefing, the teachers and myself, from the minister himself as to what additional measures would be taken when it comes to the cleaning, because the weekend will be spent for the cleaning. They're calling a cleaning company, and there would be the use of some eco green type of solution that is not with chemicals, the ones that I believe he referred to, that is used in hospitals in the operation room to further sanitize and rid the school of bacteria. We know that if it is not maintained, things would return, but we are hoping that out of the meeting today, as the minister indicated, there would be a meeting with the contractor, with Vromi, and with himself at 2 p.m. today, that out of the meeting there will come a phase solution on the repairs, the long-awaited repairs to the roof. And basically, the minister agreed to take charge of the other schools in addition. So all the public schools will get the same type of treatment that the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. School is receiving now, where it pertains to sanitation and making sure that the mold is controlled or cleaned. They would also receive that. And when I'm talking about schools like the Leonard Connor, the Prince William Alexander, and also the Ruby La Vega and Genevieve the Weaver Orania School. They will all get their opportunity. So it's important too for the teachers to know that they would be spot check, and they would also be in this light. Basically, the repairs too would be on for consideration of having them done as soon as possible. So it is for us really a moment where we'd say, well, the teachers took a stand. We congratulate them because it's about their health, and basically to see within the short period of time how much the minister really got done. So it shows you that the negligence and the neglect of having these things done earlier, even though the teachers were promised dates and when repairs was going to commence, that there is something structurally wrong. I didn't feel that we need to have had victims for this to have gotten the attention, because you clearly, when you were there, probably you noticed the ambulance had to transport one of the teachers. There are also students that are sick. It is something that we really, really regret that this have to happen like this, because eventually the ones that suffer is the people that is in that environment, and it's only who is in the kitchen knows the heat. So basically, I'm very happy to see the solutions that are being worked on immediately and how fast and far we can get them done.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
Due to the circumstances related to certain conditions which have not been finalized by the airport, the support or the payment to the Netherlands is not at government's coffers, so government has not received that fund, that amount of money from the airport. That was due to be paid today. As such, as Prime Minister, I have sent a letter to Minister Knops after, of course, having a conversation with him pertaining to actually the other matters, but 2 letters have been issued to Minister Knops, one of them regarding the repayment of the bridge loan, requesting a postponement until we can meet and discuss some of the conditions that have been set for the release of the 67 million, which still remains with the bondhold, 62.7 million, which still remains with the bondholders. Several of the contract requirements have been fulfilled, but some of the smaller conditions, including the final appointment to the airport's project team and the finalization of the airport project's operational manual, as well as other pending disbursement conditions under the World Bank agreement that relate to corporate governance of the Princess Juliana International Airport, have not been satisfactorily adopted. So this is actually what is delaying the process, and we are hoping that the minister will accept that we must have discussions. There are certain parts of the Netherlands is also involved in finalizing all of the requirements that have been set to be able to release the funding. So as soon as we have received a response to that, the public can be updated. The other issue that required my immediate attention yesterday also was that the Kingdom Council of Ministers is set to meet this Friday, and one of the agenda points relates to the liquidity support for 2018 and 2019. That question was also asked several times. We have not received the liquidity support to date, and the Kingdom Council has actually put it on the agenda to, scrap the 2018 request and possibly decide on for 2019. Again, respectfully and with humility, based on the fact that our Minister Plenipotentiary is a direct family member of the recently deceased Council of Advice Vice Chair, Mrs. Mavis Brooks Salmon, and her funeral services on Saturday will not be able to attend. As such, we were trying to make speedy arrangements for me to attend. However, it would not have worked out with flights, etc. And I am also personally tied to Mrs. Mavis Brooks Salmon. As such, this is a very heavy agenda point. Normally, when one of us cannot attend, we would appoint then Ms. Carol Volkers, who's a director, to represent St. Martin. But because of the weight of this point, I have respectfully requested that this point be deferred until the next Kingdom Council of Ministers meeting so that we are able to amply defend the position of St. Martin. And as a matter of fact, I have requested in my letter that the agreements that we had made pertaining to the liquidity support of 2018 in the amount of 21.3 million guilders was already approved by the Kingdom Council of Ministers, and St. Martin requests that this be disbursed as soon as possible, seeing our liquidity position. This would allow the incoming government also, if we are given the opportunity, incoming government, which has just, which is being formed at the moment, time to handle this matter and formulate an official response in collaboration with the other stakeholders. Also requested in this letter is that, or made known is that if it is necessary, that we can even meet prior to the next Kingdom of Council meeting, which is actually scheduled for February 14th, 2020. And this was sent last evening, and as soon as we have received information and updates hereupon, government will inform the people of St. Martin, as we have pledged to continue to remain open and transparent in all dealings with that relate to the people of St. Martin. And I think this is very, very important. Unfortunately, the Minister of Finance isn't here to go into the details as to the finance situation, but suffice it to say that the liquidity support of 2018 is most definitely needed as soon as possible. And in the how you say, what you say? What was that word we used in the meeting yesterday? In our Council of Ministers meeting, understanding and appreciating living up to agreements. We expect that our kingdom partners will live up to the agreements that have already been approved, and that we can move forward discussing 2019 and further before or at the next Kingdom Council of Ministers meeting. Also, the Council of Ministers, in its meeting of the 7th of January, has officially responded to a draft task protocol which was presented by the Corporate Governance Task Force in December, and they received a written memo or a letter stipulating areas of concern for the Council of Ministers, and we await their response on this. Pertaining to the inclement weather we have been experiencing of late and the high winds, as soon as, and also the threats within the region for earthquakes and tsunamis. As Minister of General Affairs, I immediately contacted the disaster management, the head of the disaster management on St. Martin, which is Fire Chief Clive Richardson. He has been updating me on a daily basis as to the weather conditions, and updated me also about the lack of material that the EOC has and St. Martin has in dealing with sudden emergencies. Though several promises have been made in terms of the purchase of much needed material in order to prepare and to be able to communicate in the case of an emergency, these remain pending. As such, a meeting with the EOC, which is the Emergency Operations Committee, will be held. Center, EOC, all of the members will be meeting with me today after this press briefing, and I will be then able to garner exactly what our challenges are in terms of disaster preparedness, and as well as what we can do in case of any event taking place. The public is urged to monitor the weather. I have announced, and DCOM continues to announce, and I've asked them to maintain the announcement of the app, and I will ask Rolika to repeat that at the end of the broadcast as to what the app is that persons can download to receive alerts and to make sure to tune in to 107.9, where we will be updating our public as often as possible, as well as to the government's website.
Hi, what's up, St. Martin? My name is Rene Leverett, and I play baseball. And I've represented St. Martin in numerous international tournaments and professionally around the world. Sports matters to me because it reveals and develops character. So I challenge the business community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facilities. I also ask the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take the challenge and step up for sports, because hashtag sports matters, hashtag are you in?
To publicly congratulate Ms. Marcelina Low-Black by successfully completing the ILO training program in conciliation mediator of labor disputes. She has now achieved certification by the ILO in labor mediation. Prior to this, Ms. Low-Black participated in 2 ILO related trainings in the area of labor mediation, namely negotiation skills for the world of work and building effective labor disputes prevention and resolution systems at the ILO Training Center in Turin, Italy. So, congratulations to Ms. Marcelina Low-Black. The following points that I want to bring forward. The public health is basically right now, we are basically trying to reform the Council of Public Health that has not been active for a couple of months. This process, we are broadening the scope in the sense of trying to get a more balanced Council of Public Health by basically approaching more medical groups in order for them to provide us with candidates that they think that is valuable, that can participate on the Council of Public Health. What we noticed before was that the Council of Public Health was not as balanced as we want it to be, according to the law, which was stated in Article 5. It was stated that it has to be a vijftalig deskundige that can represent a broader scope of the medical group. In that sense, we have checked the prior process, how it was done. And to this extent, after having discussions with the different advisors, we have broadened the scope to get a more balanced Council of Public Health. So basically, we are approaching dentists, we are approaching all those other medical groups that were not approached in the past in order for them to provide us with a candidate, and so we can actually form the Council of Public Health. So that process is basically now in, and is almost reaching to its final. Once that is concluded, we will publicize the members of the Council of Public Health so the public can know who are on the Council of the Public Health.